Well, welcome everyone to this ride. My name is Ian, and today I'll be visiting a friend, hopefully going for a bike ride. It is a sunny day, as you can see, blue skies, there's no clouds. I have a feeling at this time that it'll take us about an hour and a half to get to my friend's house. It usually would take about 45 minutes or an hour to get to the city, but then add in another half an hour to get from the city to my friend's house and potentially get a bit lost as well. It could go for longer than that. I'm not entirely sure. Happily, there are pathways that will make it easy to get to the city from here. Please feel free to comment down below any questions or topics that you feel I could mention or discuss on rides like this. It will really help me to know what to say when I'm on these rides. It is a bit difficult to talk when it's not a conversation. I'm talking to myself pretty much. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. It would really help me. Thanks for that, guys. There has been some issue with the speedometer, so I'll record how many kilometers I am riding. So to help me with that, I've been trying to use the Samsung Health app. And one of the advantages of the Samsung Health app is that I can track where I've been. It will show me the route that I've taken and give me information like how long it has taken me to ride, the distance that I've ridden. With that, I can accurately record how far I have ridden, which is definitely handy. I have been having trouble trying to make sure that it keeps running, so just trying to work out the settings for the Samsung Health so that it does continue to record my location and record my route as I go. I have noticed that there have been times where it would only record where I started, when I finished, and record a direct route. So not along any paths, but just a straight line from start to finish. And with that, I've had to go onto Google Maps and actually put pins down and work out what route I took and then record the details from there. One of the great things that I really appreciate that we have here in Western Australia are the pathways which run along the train tracks. So all of these roadworks, like the highway is on the left and the roadworks on that are fairly new. While those roadworks have been happening, these pathways have been laid down for both pedestrians and cyclists, and it does mean that I have somewhere safe to ride if I go for long distances. At the moment, I've got the Cardo Freecom 4X, which I've installed on this helmet. One of the issues that I've found, especially when using the Samsung Health app, is that if I play music and want to set the volume level that allows me to hear my surroundings, I can't hear the notifications from the Samsung Health app. Every kilometer it'll let me know how far I've ridden, how long it's been so far, and other information. So if I increase the volume so that I can hear those notifications, it makes the music too loud for me and I can't separate the two. It's like the notifications from the Samsung Health app is under the music volume. So if I adjust the volume for the music, it'll also adjust the volume for the Samsung Health app. As you can see, that we just passed some roadworks. That bridge has always been there, but they're adding another bridge right next to it, and so we're forced to go on the side road and go around a little bit and take this pathway, which is a little bit bumpy. I'm not a fan of it. We will be going back onto that pathway, but on the other side of the bridge. Going straight through it versus going around like this will affect the length of time that it takes to ride. There's a cyclist over there. It's one of the advantages if you get an e-bike is that you can ride on the road, whereas with my e-rideable I'm not entirely sure if I can do that as well. So in places like this I probably would be safer on the pathway. In some cases it would be handy to be on the road, but just to be on the safe side. So this pathway will take us back to the pathway that we were on before, and this is supposed to be a playing field. I don't know what's been happening here. Yeah, it's all brown now. Don't know what's happening there. And this is the skate park that's right next to it, which is all closed up. I hope that skate park stays. I've seen kids ride on it and play on it, so it obviously has a use. We're back onto the pathway now. So this runs along the highway there are plans for a train line to be built in the middle of that highway, so it is handy to have a pathway like right here. So we've been seeing quite a few cyclists today, which is cool. I mean, we are in the springtime, and so the sun is out. It's understandable that people would be out and about. We are getting into the industrial area. We will have to deviate because, as you can see here, the pathway has been blocked, so we've got to jump off this pathway and take this back road. The road is better. I personally like it because the majority of the time it's smoother, and it's very much like the pathway that we were riding on before. Okay, what's this truck driver doing? Oh yeah, we'll just slow down for him. Whoa, he's pulling 2 trailers. Dude, respect for them. So it looks like the train tracks will be coming through here somehow, along this road. There's a train. Obviously not on the new train tracks because they haven't been built yet, but yeah, it's lots of cars today. Wow, that is a lot. Right, so if you look carefully in the distance, you can see the city. It is very small, actually, come to think of it. But we're not that far. And then this is the dedicated pathway for cyclists and pedestrians. Oh yeah, that reminds me that part of this route to my friend's place will be a route that I haven't been on. So this will be the first time for everyone, including me. This is the Emove Roadrunner that I'm riding. What do I think of it so far? There are certainly things that I would like it to have, like rear suspension is one. Even though we've got a smooth pathway at the moment, there are certainly places where it is bumpy, like really bumpy, because of tree roots. And while there is front suspension on this, there is no rear suspension. And you're sitting pretty much closer to the rear wheel than you are the front wheel. So you definitely feel those bumps. The seat, even though it looks cool, is not something that I can ride for a long period of time. Like today's trip will be, like I said, about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to ride to my friend's place, and then similar time riding back, so that's potentially 3 to 4 hours. This seat I would not say is designed for you to ride 3 or 4 hours. So here is the intersection. If we go left, it's away from the city. To the right, it's towards the city, which you can see some of the buildings here. So we're getting closer. On the left here is the freeway. If we were to continue straight on the freeway, you can end up in the Graham Farmer Freeway tunnel, which goes under the city. But we're not on there, so we're taking this path. We're going up over up this bridge, and then we're going to make a turn around here somewhere. One of the other great things about the Emove Roadrunner is the fact that you can take the battery out. Yeah, I wanted the battery to be easy to come out, and this is great because it slides in, it locks in place, and you have to have a key to take it out. So you can ride all day for as long as the battery lasts, obviously, because it's limited with how far it can go. When you get home, just charge it overnight. In the morning, you've got a full battery, which is great. This is Yagan Square, and someone playing some music. There. Oh yeah, this is the Perth Arena. I've only been here once, I think. That was about 10 years ago. I haven't been here since though. Well, we're back on the pathway that we should be on. The city is now behind us. As far as I looked on Google Maps, I'm supposed to continue following the railway line until a certain train station. And then from there we go through a cemetery. From there, my friend's house is down the road. That's the basic idea that I've got. So for now, it's pretty much right along this until we find that train station, which I already forgot what the name is. This suburb looks nice with all the hedges, the trees, and it's all trimmed nicely. So this looks like maybe it could be something. Oh, well, there's an opening here. Oh yeah, so let's go through here. Just a little bit of a zigzag. Go under. Then a gentleman with his dog. So across the road from here is the cemetery, which looking at Google Maps is a mess. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to get across. I get the feeling that I'm going to get lost. So the cemetery starts here. So I think I'm supposed to continue straight until the end of this and then turn right, I think it is. I guess as long as I keep the sun on my right, I should be fine. Okay, so we are finally through, and here we are. Right, so let's make our way home from here. The sun is already setting. Let me get a nice view of the city from here. I just enjoyed a short bike ride with my friends. It was nice to spend time with them, for me to get out of the house. Ahead of us is Perth City. On the left of us is Kings Park. Then as you can see on the right is the bridge, the freeway going down south, so that's Kwinana Freeway. And where we are heading now is towards Elizabeth Quay. That's between us and the city. So we'll need to go through Elizabeth Quay and then get to the city, and then from there take the pathway back home. Well, before it gets too dark, a reminder, if you guys have any questions or topics that you feel I can include on my rides, please do mention it below. It'll really help because I'm bound to run out of topic in a 4-hour ride. So it'll definitely help to have something that I can talk about while I'm on these rides. This bridge is really nice. If you come here at night, the arches at the top do light up different colors, and it changes colors over time. So it's a really nice place to take photos, especially if you have like a DSLR or mirrorless camera. I haven't tried it on my phone though. Right, so let's take this cycle path. This will take us through the city and should take us through the intersection where I need to turn off. Oh, yeah, we've only got one bar left, so hopefully that will be enough to get us home. To give you guys a bit of background, the reason why I bought this Emove Roadrunner, or an e-rideable, is because I had an injury a few years ago. Because of that, it's not safe for me to drive a car on the road. There weren't any restrictions about riding on the pathway, hence I was looking at something that I could ride on the pathway instead of driving on the road. And that led me to looking at e-scooters, e-bikes, like electric rideables, or what we call here e-rideables. And after looking around, this Emove Roadrunner seemed to fit most of the boxes that I was looking for. At the time of buying this, I didn't find anything else that would be what I want and what I needed. So in the end, I ended up with buying the Emove Roadrunner. So far, it hasn't even been a year since I've owned this. For me to ride this far, I am enjoying this. And like I said as well, there are some things that I would like changed or improved on, or maybe would be a bit different. But again, at the time of buying this, there wasn't anyone else that was making something that was better than this. Like, even this design is unique, and I haven't seen anyone else produce and sell something that even of this shape. And one of the things that I have been thinking about is getting a mount so that I can put my phone on my e-rideable. So I know that there's a brand called Quadlock that do make something, and one of the things that I do like about the Quadlock system is how secure it looks, as well as they have a dampening system so that the cameras on the phone are less likely to be affected because of the bumps on the road, which I do appreciate, and it's an add-on. Quadlock is a modular system, so I am looking at seeing what mounts there are available, but Quadlock is definitely one on the list that I would consider. And it's just a matter of if there is anyone else that also makes phone mounts to put on motorbikes or handlebars. Ooh, look at that. That's real nice, isn't it, eh? Looks real nice, eh? Beautiful, eh? Love the sunset. Lovely. Well, we gotta head home, otherwise this battery is possibly gonna die on me. So let's keep going. Can't get over that sunset, man. It looks so good. Right, well, it looks like it's gonna be a bit too dark for anything, so I'm going to leave the vlog here. Thank you again for joining me on this. I hope you did enjoy it. This is the first time that I've actually gotten good footage from the DJI action camera, which I have been able to transfer over to my computer. Previous times I made the mistake of taking the SD card out of the camera and then trying to transfer the files over like my photo camera. Yeah, maybe this time I'll leave the SD card in the camera and then transfer it through the action camera instead. Hopefully it works, and if it does, you will know that it's been successful if this video has been uploaded. So I'll try a different way this time. And thank you again everyone for joining me on this ride. And again, if there are any topics or questions you would like me to talk about while on my rides or to think about while I'm riding, please put them in the comments below. Thanks again everyone.